close as you can. We don't have a microphone, so we're going to speak up as loud as we can. We're not going to be here very long. We're just going to have a prayer, a couple of songs. Riggs going to talk about some of his memories of Mom. A couple more songs and a prayer, and that'll be it. And the church wants to know anybody who wants to. We're going to have a meal afterwards at the annex. So if y'all want to come and visit, feel free to come and visit. We'll start off, like I said, Troy's going to lead the first prayer. Waylon's going to lead the songs. Riggs going to give the talk, and then Wes will give the closing prayer. And thank y'all so much for coming.
Would you pray with me? Dear Father in heaven, we appreciate the time you've given us to come together as Christians, as sisters, brothers, and family to remember a life of our mother, who lived her life to show how you can change and encourage and give direction and support and love, caring for others. Help us that we both learn from her example she gave us. That we all know that it all came from your word and your guidance and your love that you first showed us, especially for the son who you gave us as a sacrifice, that even though we're not perfect and we make mistakes in our lives, that we can turn to you from that sacrifice, have a soul cleansed and pure before you. Help us always get that strength from you, that when we do make mistakes, that we do always turn back to you and your love and make it through this life. Help us at this time of sorrow, of the loss, even though it's temporary, that you uphold us and give us courage and strength and the comfort that you provide, that only you can provide for us at these times. From your hope and promise that we'll all be rejoined together in heaven. Help us to live our lives that other people will be influenced by how we do things, how we treat others, and also give us the courage to teach your word when an opportunity comes up. Be with these families and friends and the love we have for one another, that when we have troubles, that each of us support each other and uplift each other, and especially during these times of loss. Thanks for these many, many blessings you've given us in our lives, and help us always focus on those things to bring cheer to our hearts. In Christ's name, amen.
Okay. When are they going to open up?
We'll sing the first song on your, if you have a little handout, Count Your Blessings. We'll sing the first, second, and fourth verse. First, second, and fourth. When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the cross seem heavy you are told to bear? Count your many blessings, every day will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, angels will attend, help and comfort give you to your journey's end. Count your blessings, name them one by one.
Count your many blessings, see what God hath done.
If you'll turn the page, we'll sing God's Family. We'll sing the first and the third verse.
Let's see this.
We're part of a family that's been born again. Part of a family whose love knows no end. For Jesus has saved us and made us His own. Now we're part of a family that's on its way home. And sometimes we laugh together, sometimes we cry, sometimes we share together heartaches and sighs. Sometimes we dream together of how it will be when we all get to heaven, God's family. And though some go before us, we'll all meet again, just inside the city. As we enter in, there'll be no more parting. With Jesus we'll be together forever, God's family. And sometimes we laugh together, sometimes we cry, sometimes we share together heartaches and sighs. Sometimes we dream together of how it will be when we all get to heaven, God's family.
Granny was 82. She was married to Papa for 57 years when he died. They had 6 kids, 20 grandkids, and 33 great-grandchildren. I am number 18 of the 20 grandkids. Granny loved me and all of us very much. I will miss her very much. I know everyone has different memories of Granny. These are some of my memories and what I will miss about her. Granny loved to bake, and she made the best pies. I remember her making pumpkin pies with Wade a lot. It was his favorite, and she always made Zach oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I always ate whatever dessert she made because I liked them all. I love to help Granny decorate for holidays. She always had decorations for every holiday. I love Thanksgiving at Granny's house. It was one of the times when I got to see a lot of you. I love my big family and how I have lots of cousins. I will miss those days a lot. I don't know what our plans are for Thanksgiving now. I used to sit with Granny at church on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. She usually had Smarties for me to eat. She always had a couple of toys for me to play with. They were Sonic Kids meal toys. She always had them in her purse. I would get to spend Friday nights with her before she got sick. We made popcorn and watched TV. When it was time to go to bed, she would read A Fly Went By to me. And she tried to skip pages, but I wouldn't let her. And when I got older, I started reading it to her, and we read it so much that Zach can even read that book now. Papa and Granny used to grow corn and tomatoes. I like being able to pick the corn and then eat it for lunch. She would always cut up some tomatoes for Zach to eat because he loved them so much. I learned to hunt Easter eggs at her house. She helped Zach and I dye eggs also. We made the biggest mess. I love to change the calendar every month at her house. I knew all the birthdays, so it was my job. Granny loved to sing, and she loved it when we would sing as a family at Thanksgiving. She loved the song, Count Your Many Blessings, because she thought all of us as her blessings, I love going to Lakey and staying in a cabin with Granny and Papa. She would cut up a watermelon and let us all eat it right out of the big bowl using forks or even our hands. I would mow Granny and Papa's yard. I wouldn't mow in straight lines, and Papa would get upset. But but Granny would tell him to calm down because eventually it would all get mowed. I learned to ride a bike at Granny's house. So did Zach and Wade. We all learned at the same time. Zach would ride up and down the driveway all day as long as it was cool enough. I played in the water at Granny's, and we used to have a trampoline there. We would jump on the trampoline while Mom and Dad and Granny and Papa would visit on the swings. We used to sit around a fire at Granny's and roast s'mores. Granny always had the stuff to make s'mores. Granny loved to play games, and she hated to lose. She was so serious about playing games that kids were not allowed to play with the adults. But when I got older, she would let me play 10,000 with her, and she taught me how to keep score. Granny had 2 dachshunds named Shotzi and Worthless. I think Worthless had a different name to begin with, but Papa changed her name to Worthless because he said that was what she would have been named in the first place. I would tote those dogs around everywhere, and I think Granny sort of felt sorry for them. She loved God, and she loved the church. She loved to teach kids about God. When we would talk about what I wanted to be when I grew up, she told me that she didn't care what job I had as long as I was a Christian first. She asked me if I wanted to give the talk at Thanksgiving last year, and I was so happy that she asked. I had just become a Christian in August. Granny was fun. I loved her a lot. I knew she loved me very much too. People tell me that she loved me more than I would ever know. I will miss her very much, and I will miss her more than she could have ever imagined. I wish that I would have had more time with her.
Let's sing Living by Faith. Sing all 4 verses. I care not today what the morrow may bring, if shadow or sunshine or rain. The Lord I know ruleth o'er everything, and all of my worry is vain. Living by faith, yes, living by faith, in Jesus alone, in Jesus alone. Trusting, confiding in His great love, yes, in His great love. From all harm safe, sheltering on, I'm living by faith, and feel no alarm. Though tempests may blow and the storm clouds arise, obscuring the brightness of light, I'm never alarmed at the overcast skies. The Master looks on at the strife. Living by faith, yes, living by faith, in Jesus above, in Jesus above. Trusting, confiding in His great love, yes, in His great love. From all harm safe, sheltering on, I'm living by faith, and feel no alarm. I know that He safely will carry me through, no matter what evil betide. Why should I then care though the tempests may blow, if Jesus walks close to my side? Living by faith, yes, living by faith, in Jesus above, trusting, confiding.